Hello, happy Easter. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I know that I haven't made a video for the last 3 weeks. I'm really sorry to like the 4 or 5 people that might actually give a shit. I was on holiday for a week, which I'm sure those of you who follow me on Instagram will know, and then when I got back, as is always the case when you go on holiday, you come back to even more work than you had before, so I just had loads of media comp projects that just got on top of me and I just didn't have the time to make one. But Music Month video today, and for those of you who don't know what Music Month is, it's where I choose 5 songs and 1 album that I feel represent a certain theme or idea or genre, and for this month's video, I thought I would use Motivational March as the caption. Somewhat ironic, considering that I haven't made a video for 3 weeks. It can be motivational for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes it's just a track that helps me focus and concentrate a little bit more on even just my own thoughts. So, Motivational March, let's do this. Track number 1 is by the Tom DeLonge fronted space rock band Angels and Airwaves and is called Epic Holiday. Taken from the album Love Part 1, this song, whenever I listen to it, it reminds me of when I went to Stroud College and I'd get the bus from Gloucester in the morning and it would be cold and foggy and I'd always go up to the second level and just stare out the window and have this song playing, and it kind of got me ready for the day. It's somewhat of a classic Angels and Airwaves track, lots of their signature atmospheric, spacey sounds with driving beats matched with Tom DeLonge's vocals. Awesome track, and in the chorus there's always this backing guitar riff that's played on a kind of electric but still clean sounding guitar, and then later on in the song you don't get the vocals in the chorus and it's just that solo and it just sounds really nice. It's one of those songs that makes you want to either go running or fly a spaceship, or maybe even go for a run to a spaceship and then fly that around. Track number 2 is by Bombay Bicycle Club and it's called Luna. Taken from their outstanding final album So Long See You Tomorrow, this was the first ever Bombay Bicycle Club song that I heard knowing that it was them. The upbeat, somewhat dancey vibes to this song coupled with its slightly unconventional instrumentation just makes it so addictive, especially when the drums come in properly for the first time. It's just such a sort of brightening moment in the track. And Ray Morris's wonderful vocal contributions just really make the track stand out and I absolutely love it. Track number 3 is by the Cat Empire and is called Reasonably Fine. Somewhat of a slower track compared to the previous 2. This I find is motivational in a different way. It's more downbeat and relaxed, but I can't listen to it without it just sort of putting a smile on my face and just assuring me that everything is going to be fine, which does make sense because the track is literally called Reasonably Fine. And despite the somewhat melancholy vocal content of the track, it just has that wholesome Cat Empire vibe that I feel like you don't get with any other bands. They have this special sparkle of magic that they add to their music and it's just wonderful. Track number 4 is by Chicane and is called Middle Distance Runner featuring Adam Young. I have a feeling I might have included that song in a previous Music Month video, but can't really be bothered to go back through all of them and find that out. Either way, it's still a really good song. It's the kind of track that makes you sort of want to either go for a really efficient run or have a really productive session cleaning your room, because as we all know, cleaning your room is very important. Chicane is a legendary producer, and the album Giants that this track is taken from is brilliant, and I'd highly recommend, if you like this song, listen to the whole album, because it's a really immersive experience. And this song I find just works really well for me. I love the main melody that sort of is present throughout, and Adam Young's vocals work incredibly well considering that they're very minimal and understated. You know, he is not the main point in the track, and that's why it sort of seems so good. Finally, track number 5 is by Eddie Vedder and is called Hard Sun. Taken from the brilliant soundtrack to the equally brilliant film Into the Wild, this song is full of a big percussion section and these acoustic guitars, and whenever I listen to it, it just sort of makes you want to go out exploring, or picturing that slow zoom out panorama that is at the end of Into the Wild. And if you haven't seen Into the Wild, definitely would recommend watching it, although I have a very different experience watching it now as more of an adult than I did when I was 17 and I just sort of idolized Chris McCandless. The song is just huge and exciting and empowering, and it's just great, so definitely listen to that. And finally, the album for Motivational March, which might seem slightly odd, is by the amazing retro synthwave producer FM84 and is called Atlas. I've said this before, but I'm massively into retro synthwave at the moment, and The Midnight and FM84 are 2 of my favorites, and I thought that this album, Atlas, is one of my favorite synthwave albums, and I just think it's got the perfect balance of the upbeat stuff and then the slightly calmer music that's still somehow really good to just think to and have on in the background when you're sort of doing anything. It makes any menial task seem cooler and more exciting if you're listening to that album. So yeah, seriously, if you haven't listened to any retro synthwave, then get on that hype train because it is well worth it. Favorite tracks from that are Running in the Night featuring Ollie Wilde, Chasing Yesterday, Arcade Summer, and Goodbye. And if you're an Owl City fan, Arcade Summer has this really cool synth solo that comes in about 2/3 of the way through the track. It sounds very Owl City-esque. So there we go, those are my suggestions for Motivational March, and I would love to hear what your suggestions are. Do you have particular music that you listen to when you want to be really productive or get on with something, or just go to the gym and listen to? Have you listened to any of the artists that I've suggested today? If so, what are your thoughts? You know, do you agree with me, disagree with me? Do you love the tracks? Do you hate them? I would love to know all of your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you have and continue to have a wonderful Easter Sunday. I know that I'm having a magnificent time sat in my room by myself in my flat making this video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you very soon.